In the meantime, let's turn and talk some crypto and credit, because we've got some interesting news in this space today. The crypto platform Gemini is partnering with Mastercard and also with WebBank, which is a digital bank, to launch the first ever crypto rewards credit card. I confess I don't really get the point of this. Users get up to 3% rewards in the form of Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. Kate, the wait list apparently is more than 140,000 people strong. Why not just get a more lucrative normal rewards card and put the cash into crypto? Why do you need them to do that for you?
I think as a consumer, this is symbolic. If you see yourself as a hodler, somebody who supports Bitcoin and believes in it, they might say, oh, it's sort of a gimmick. I want to have the card. If you're earning 3% back, it's a way to get exposure to Bitcoin or to cryptocurrencies without really having to think about it. You get 3% every time you buy something. It goes in your Gemini account. I think the bigger picture here is a lot of these crypto companies are starting to look a lot like banks. This company Gemini does trading. They allow you to store your Bitcoin. If they're launching credit cards, is that eventually a threat to some of the banks? And I think on the credit card companies, Mastercard, Visa,
yes,
even PayPal, you've had them get into the mainstream cryptocurrency narrative, and it seems like they're taking it more seriously.
Well, if you're Mastercard and Visa, this is potentially a huge threat. DeFi is kind of a threat to those existing trends in duopoly. Yeah. So you're right. Absolutely. The fact that Mastercard was on this to me was interesting. But yeah, Bob, it's also kind of a sign of the times. You know, first of all, crypto is extremely volatile, but people have such a sense that it's going to keep going up. They're willing to take it in the form of cash because it seems to be cash plus an option to go higher. If this thing turns around and you have your rewards sitting in crypto, you've just lost money.
Yeah, what this story is really about is the slow march of Bitcoins as an acceptable means of payment, as money. We know what money is. It's a means of payment. It's also a store of value. It really isn't a means of payment so far. It's stupid to pay with Bitcoin to buy a pizza. But this is about the slow march towards that. More importantly, look what Visa said recently. They will allow... They're talking about allowing the use of cryptocurrency to settle transactions on its payment network. Now you're really talking about the possibility of acceptable means of payment. So think about this as the long, I mean, who wants 3% Bitcoin? It's silly, but it's about a slow march towards a means of payment.
No, I'm just saying if you want 3% Bitcoin, buy it yourself, Kate. Don't spend $200 on the card. Yeah. I mean, I'll give you a final. Go ahead, John. You can have the final word.
This is like back in the late 90s when Sun Microsystems said they're the dot and .com. Everything was trying to be .com back then. Everything's trying to be crypto now. And then all of a sudden, 5 years later, nobody wanted to talk about .com. I don't think crypto's going away. Bitcoin clearly here to stay, but 3 to 5 years from now, it's going to look very different. I don't think it's going to be a gimmick-driven thing like this.
Yeah, meanwhile, Kate, Bitcoin helps Tesla do the quarter. So let's just run through this news real quickly. Tesla did report some pretty big beats on the top and bottom line last night. The stock is down about 3% right now. There is some focus on the fact that part of the money it made was from selling its 10% of its Bitcoin portfolio. It was about $1.5 billion portfolio. That means it kind of made more money selling the Bitcoin than selling the actual cars. It contributed, as you can see, about $101 million to its bottom line, about a quarter of the total profit. Bob Sani, you have to really get into the details of this report to figure out what's going on. And the bulls can point to the automotive side and say profit margins are up and, their order book is growing and this Model 3 is the best-selling luxury car in the world. And they can ignore even the fact that it was Bitcoin that helped them make the quarter.
When you deal with Elon Musk, you have to accept a certain amount of bombast. So, yes, a quarter of the profits are Bitcoin. More outlandish is the claim that the Model Y could be the best-selling car in the world in 2022. I mean, the Ford F-Truck sells like 800,000 vehicles a year. That's what Tesla will probably deliver if they're really good on their total portfolio next year. It seems a little outlandish, but you expect that with Elon Musk. Here's a guy who revitalized the space program, who revitalized the electric vehicle market, who revitalized the solar market and the solar battery market. The guy has made good on his claims. If you have to put up with a certain amount of bombast and sometimes silliness, I think it's been worth it. I think the man is a genius. Yeah. I've been a big backer of his from the very beginning.
Kate, when asked about the Bitcoin sales, Elon Musk said, I think this was on Twitter, maybe to Dave Portnoy, he said, we were doing it to test liquidity in the Bitcoin market. And there are professional traders telling me Bitcoin liquidity is about better than some commodity asset classes right now, that it's pretty good. I don't know what concern there was or what point Tesla thinks it made, but for all the professionals, they're saying, yeah, this is a pretty liquid market.
right? There's not a lot of comparisons, but if you think about Square, who's done something similar to put Bitcoin on their balance sheet, you don't see them selling, and they make money off of Bitcoin transactions. MicroStrategy, that doesn't seem to be the point of buying Bitcoin and holding it on your balance sheet. You don't see a lot of other sellers, so Elon Musk did see some pushback from Dave Portnoy and others. So I saw someone call him lettuce hands, which apparently is a Brazilian soccer term, but the opposite of diamond hands, apparently. So crypto believers are saying, maybe he's not the real deal.
Should I not even ask John what diamond hands are?
Oh, you know what diamond hands are.
I have no idea.
You hold, and you can keep holding because your hands are made of diamonds.
Your hands are diamonds.
But if this is a currency, people buy it. They were happy when Elon, through Tesla, when Tesla bought it. Of course, they're going to sell some of it sometimes. It's just the way it works.
Maybe at the end of the quarter.
Everybody can't have diamond hands.
Yeah, I've learned something every day from you guys. John Fort, Kay Rooney, and Bob Bassani, thank you all very, very much.